We make equipment that we want. I want kettlebells. So we made a Delta kettlebell. Delta means change in engineering. I wanted to not have hundreds of kettlebells lying around my house, even though I already own them. I don't think everybody else wants that. Our adjustable Delta kettlebell hollows out. We add plates inside of it. They go onto the central spindle. We screw them on. The goal was to try to save people $30,000 with this kettlebell. We did that pretty easily. So this kettlebell goes from 14 to 40 kilograms. 40 kilograms is nutso weight because with kettlebells, what we tend to be doing is what's called endurance weightlifting. Our goal is to lift a weight for 10 minutes nonstop. It could be 5 minutes nonstop, and we build up to that over the course of years. What we did with this kettlebell is we made these small weights so that we can micro load our kettlebell like it's a barbell. The reason barbells work so well to make people very strong is because you can micro load them. You can put a half-pound plate on each side and work on absolute max reps. Kettlebells are different. Barbells are about absolute strength, absolute power. The problem with barbells is you need an Olympic lifting platform. If you live not with an Olympic lifting platform, you can't max lift. You should definitely do barbells at some point in your life, but you're not going to be able to do it consistently unless you're probably rich or a professional athlete. Kettlebells, on the other hand, are small enough that they will fit in your house. They will fit in the back of your car. You can take them with you. You work on the same moves that you work on in Olympic lifting. You work on a deadlift analog, you work on a clean, you work on a press, you work on a get up, which is not really in a lot of barbell training. You work on a snatch, you work on squats. The difference is instead of low rep, high weight, you do intermediate weight and you build up to high reps. You can never run out of things to do with kettlebells. They move in more directions than barbells do. It's a good solution. Our goal here was to replace 104 kettlebells with one kettlebell. Think about kettlebells in this range going from $100 to about $400 if you're buying 40Ks and up, depending on where you get them. And you have to ship 104 weights. Best possible solution, this saves $70,000. Extending that idea, we wanted to do something in a dumbbell. Why? Because we wanted it. So we, instead of having a giant dumbbell rack at home, we wanted an adjustable dumbbell that goes up to a heavy enough weight that you can work on things like chest press forever. This adjustable, we're calling it the Delta. Delta means change in engineering. Delta kettlebell, Delta dumbbell, Delta club. We wanted to keep the same kind of theme. Things that don't roll away. Flat bottom on a kettlebell means that it doesn't roll away. It means you can put it in the back of your car, you can drive cross country, it doesn't roll around and destroy your vehicle like a round bottom kettlebell can. So we made these hex, 6-sided, and we're keeping the most durable system of connection that we can, which is the incline plane. If you don't understand how valuable the incline plane is to all of civilization, you should. The incline plane, which is a screw thread, is the reason that the modern world exists. All screws that hold your whole car together are an incline plane. They're durable, they're super hard to hurt, and they are one of the greatest things created in the modern world. You'll notice the ancient world was held together by nails and by wood joinery. Now we can build bigger things, more advanced things. We go to outer space. It's all based on the inclined plane, the screw. So keeping with that, we kept that as our adjustable system. Is it super fast? No. Is it incredibly durable? Yes. This is a big chunk of iron, and we have adjustable plates. How much is that, Fahad?
1 kilo.
1 kilo. They're also red because they look cool. And then we have a thicker plate. 2 kilo. If we have a plate on each side, 1 kilo, 1 kilo, that gives us 2 kilo. 2 kilos is 4.4 pounds. 2 kilo plus 2 kilo is 4 kilo. That's 8.8 pounds. This dumbbell goes from, when it's empty, 4K, a gallon of milk, up to 53K. 53K is 116 pounds. So if you want to work on your chest press at home, you don't need a bench. You lie down on the ground. Floor press, very simple way to work on chest. Is chest absolutely necessary for athletic development? No. Chest is mostly a stabilizing muscle in throwing patterns. Work on lifting weights overhead from the standing position. But people like to do chest press. Why? Because it's fun and it makes you look good, right? Every guy who works in Hollywood on an action movie has to do all the functional stuff. The clean and press, the barbell, kettlebell, club, which is throwing pattern. And then at the end of it, they all do chest press because chest makes you look good on camera. I haven't been doing chest press for the last, 15 years, mostly because I didn't have a bunch of fun stuff that I wanted to work with. Now we have fun stuff. If you have 2 Delta 40K kettlebells, you're replacing 208 competition-sized kettlebells, which means in a very tiny space, think of kettlebells about 9 inches across, think in 18 inches, you've replaced an entire room. Think about replacing 25 to 50 dumbbells with each one of these. So if you have 2 of these, you're replacing somewhere between 50 and 100 dumbbells. Our goal is always to bring people better equipment. They can get more weight increments in less space. Our goal is to make the equipment as durable as possible. It doesn't get more durable than a big chunk of iron.
Mark, come check this out. This is addition to the Delta series.
Oh, we got our Delta barbell?
That you can use the same plates.
The same plates from the Delta
from
dumbbell.
the dumbbell.
So this is something I wanted specifically. This is just, this is our nod to sexy training. So it's not an Olympic barbell, right? It is smaller because we want it to fit inside of an apartment. We don't want it to be 7 feet long. If you have an Olympic barbell, great. Your average individual can't shove an Olympic barbell in their apartment, even if it's a $5,000 apartment. But we wanted something big enough that we could practice old school, high rep strength training. So lower weights, right? We're in the 100-pound range, but instead of doing pure Olympic lifts, which will require you to drop the bar because you're lifting max weight, that means you need a platform. That means you can't do it at home. This is not the same thing. It's meant so that we can do things like hang cleans to presses with wide grip. So here's something unique about kettlebells. Because they go from here to here, they tend not to make you broad, right? Same thing is true in circus aerial. Trapeze artists are broad up here. Rope guys like me tend to be thinner because we have central grip. Kettlebells tend not to give you the super broad back. You look like a Greek sculpture, but we wanted this because we wanted to put it in our kicker program where you're doing something slightly different every single day with different weights. This allows us to have a wide grip, which allows us to do something like Olympic lifting without destroying whatever building we're living in. Very important. Don't destroy the building you live in. Yes. Landlords don't like that. If you own your own house and you have an external garage with a thick concrete pad on it, Olympic lift. If you don't, then a weight that fits in your house that you can do without hitting the ceiling is important. It uses the exact same plates. So our goal is to give people a bunch of things in the least amount of space because, let's be honest, about 90% of the population, there is no way 300 million people can go to the gym 5 days a week. You need to wake up, like our lovely doctor here, and work out before you go save lives in the morning. Wake up, step out of bed, work out 20, 30 minutes, go to work. If you have time to go to the gym every single day, 5 days a week, awesome.
Yeah.
I don't have time to do that. He doesn't have time to do that. Figure it out.